Hello, Math 7 students. We are now starting Module 2, Lesson 3. Module 2, Lesson 3 is using the number line to model the addition of integers. And we can find this on page 58 in my comp book, using the number line to model the addition of integers. So here is page 58 in my comp book. And using the number line to model the addition of integers, our goal is today we are going to learn how to use horizontal arrows to show adding on the number line. So as you can tell, we are going to be using a number line again today to help us figure out how to add integers. And remember that integers are positive and negative numbers, and so the number line is a very helpful tool. Question that I want you to be thinking about in this lesson is, what does the length and the direction of the arrow tell you about the situation? Okay, so some things that I need to start off with is, how do the arrows on the number line help us? So basically, the way that they help us is, number one, an arrow tells you the length, and what that means is the length provides the absolute value of the integer. So here's our number line right here that we have. If we have an arrow that starts at 0 and it goes to here, what is the length of the arrow? If you said 8, you are correct. So remember that absolute value means the distance from 0 to 8. What is the distance from 0 to 8? The distance from 0 to 8 is 8. So we take the absolute value bars, it's those two straight lines that are next to a number that's telling you, find the distance from 0. So what is the distance from 0 with 8? The answer should be 8. And you have to remember that it doesn't matter what the sign of the number in here is, that distance is always positive. So the absolute value of this arrow right here is 8, because it's 8 hops away from 0. Okay? The other thing that the arrow on a number line tells you is it tells you the direction. And what we mean by that is the direction tells you whether an integer is positive if it's going to the right or negative if it's going to the left. So if we look at this number line, here's 0 right here. So first we went all the way down to negative 10. So we would know that this is negative 10 hops from 0. And then all of a sudden we have another arrow that starts at negative 10 and goes up to negative 4. And so basically what we're trying to figure out is the pink one is negative and the blue one is positive. So the way we would write that is, where did we go first? We went to a negative 10, so that's our first number. And then from there we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we added 6 on. So we went to negative 10, we added, because this blue arrow is going to the right, so that means it's a positive, we added a positive 6, and where we stopped was negative 4. So as you can see, these arrows tell us what kind of value the number has. The pink arrow has a negative 10 value, the blue arrow has a positive 6 arrow, and we combined them together and we landed at negative 4. So our answer is negative 4. So the number line tells you the length, the distance from 0. It also tells you the direction so that you can figure out if the value is a negative or if it's a positive. Okay? All right? And this, when you have two arrows on the same number line, this is called the sum of arrows. And the reason why we call it the sum is because we're adding them together. So if you have an arrow on a number line and then you see another arrow on a number line, you're adding them together. So to give you an example of this that's kind of fun, and this one was shown to me and I was like, oh wow, that's really cool. So what if I have a number line? I don't know if you can see that, but we'll try. Here's my number line. And on my number line, I have some arrows. Okay, so here is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is negative 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is positive 9. Okay. What if I have some arrows that go like this? I start at 0. I go here. And then I start right there. And I go to here, and then I start right here, and I go to here, and then I start right here, and I go to here. So what you can do is you can tell me what happened. You always start at 0. So what is the first value that I did? I went -1, -2. So this is a -2 right here. So I have -2 plus, remember, whenever you have arrows, you add them together. So I went -2, and then I went 1, 2, 3, 4. So then I added a -4, right? And now I'm adding again because it's called the sum of the arrows. So I went 1, 2, 3, so plus a -3 plus, so now I'm going back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, plus 14, because that's how long that arrow is. So this arrow is -2 because it's going to the left, -4 because it's going to the left, -3 because it's going to the left, +14 because it's going to the right. Okay? And then we can figure out our answer because wherever the arrow stops is what our answer is. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our answer to this problem should be 5. So let's check it. So we have -2 plus a -4. So that's -3, -4, -5, -6, plus a -3 again, -7, -8, -9, plus 14. So we counted it all the way back, so that would be -8, -7, -6, -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and our answer is 5. Okay, you could also check that to double check yourself. You could check that with chips. So we have 2 negatives here, 1, 2, right? Then we have 4 more negatives, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Plus 3 more negatives, 1, 2, 3, plus 14 positives, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. These are all positives, so when we check it, all of them are positives, 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 positives. 0 pairs, 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 0 pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ta-da! It matches. So you could use the chip model to check your number line model to see if you got it right. Okay? And so we have learned that today we are going to learn how to use horizontal arrows to show adding on a number line. We went -2 plus -4 plus -3 plus a +14, and we did exactly what the goal said. What does the length and the direction tell you about the situation? It's telling us in this situation that they traveled a +8. This one says we traveled a -10 and then we added a +6. This one tells us that we lost 2, lost 4 more, lost 3 more, and then we gained 14, which gave us a 5-yard if you're playing football. So we lost 2 yards, then we lost 4 yards, then we lost 3 yards, but then we'll say Angel caught the ball and he ran it +14, and that's how we got to a gain of 5 yards. Okay? So basically, the number line and the arrows are really helpful. We call it a sum of errors. Hopefully you guys like this lesson because it's pretty simple. The pictures are really, really helpful. That's all I've got. See you tomorrow. Bye.